Hey guys, VTech here, Blueberry Hill. So thanks for coming back. This is September 20th. So I'm continuing doing some electrical rough-in. I'll show you that today. I'm finally getting around to buttoning up all the sockets and the light switches, and I'm using wagos. I'll show you how to use those. They work really well. They're very flexible. You can undo them. I have two different styles. I have ones with levers. You can actually just pop the levers and remove the items from the wires and then put it back without any trouble. It makes it very handy for doing any kind of adding the actual items in. But basically use these to pigtail everything in. This one here is for a three-way light switch, so it's going to have two wires which are going to be hot, and then shared neutral, and this is power wire, so that just electrifies the circuit. And then I'm working on the actual light stuff right now, but I ended up doing all the plugs out here. Plugs are easy, sockets are easy. It's basically just a couple of wires put together, and then these are three-way wagos. So there's going to be a pigtail that actually goes to the socket itself, and then it's jabbed into the box, and we're good to go. I'm not a big fan of wire ties. They're bulky, awkward, and I've seen them come off if they're not put on right. And you know, over time, I don't know, heat and all that kind of stuff make them move a little bit potentially. And I've seen some arcing between circuits. Not my circuits. This is in an old house. But anyway. We're continuing that, so I'll show you some of that later in a little time lapse. I'll do some real time too, because it's super easy to do. You basically take off a 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch of insulation, shove it into the wago, and you're good to go. And then you do have to pay attention to whether it's a switch or a socket. Like I said, sockets are easy because it's just power, daisy chaining everything together. Light switches, you have to know what's going on, which is going to the actual light switch. The control wire, which goes to the actual light, I always put it on top. So that's the one that actually will pigtail into the top part of the switch. And then these are the power wires, ground, neutral, and then the power wire that goes to the bottom side of the switch. And this is the control wire that goes to the light. Pretty simple. And then, of course, up here, I haven't done these yet, because basically all I'm gonna do is shove on some clip-on wagos. And then when we get the light, we can actually just plug it in, do the pigtails, shove it into the wago, and we're good to go. So I'm going to work on that, and then as well as the panel. So that's going to get done hopefully this week, and then we're ready for rough-in electrical with one caveat. I have to get the tankless hot water heaters, propane, and run wires to the power wires to those units rather than the actual power wires I had for the electrical versions of that, which were 8 gauge wire. We're going to regular 12 too. So anyway, more later. Switching over to time lapse, and hope you enjoy. See ya. Hey guys, so just to fill you in, we've had a few days of non-video, not working on the house really. We had work to do, so we're removing paint off a brick downtown Austin. That's taken probably a 5-day job by the time it's all said and done, plus a day or two just trying to gather stuff to do the equipment to do that. So full week of work. Then I have another couple of jobs as well that are coming up, which are full day jobs. So we're working on the house probably within the next week or week and a half, as much as I want to. But anyway, we're back on the electrical, so that's a good thing. And it's just going, you know, sort of slow, but that's okay. We want to get the rough-in finished up, and then get the inspection, and then we should be good to go. We are going to do as mentioned, prior videos, whatever. The tankless hot water heaters are now propane, indoor units, 2 of them, to do both sides of the house, just because of the spread. And what we're going to do there is just have power to feed the tankless units to turn on and off and monitor themselves, etc. So that very little demand on power there, but one's going to go in the garage, and one's going to go in the utility room, which will feed the master bedroom, that, and the kitchen, possibly the kitchen. Maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, we'll find out. So it's all a matter of running the hot water lines to it, not anything else. The cold water is going through the attics to everything, so it'll be pretty straightforward. Anyway, we'll show you that when we come to it. Thanks for watching. All right, three-way switches are a lot of fun. So this is the one I'm doing for the living room, three-way switch to the ceiling fans in the living room. This switch is mounted on the dining room wall. This switch is on the hallway wall. And you can see how the reds are connected and how the blacks are connected. You basically need only power from a three-way, or 12-2, and 12-2 for the actual ceiling fans themselves. I had 12-3, I put it in there anyway. Obviously I don't need it, I just need it for the middle run to connect the three-way switches together. So I'll be doing that with the switch itself right now. So here we go. So I've already done a three-port wago for the ground. That's going to go to the switch, obviously. The whites just passed through, so that's done. I'm going to curl that up and get it out of the way so I don't actually have to look at it anymore. And that's good to go. In a minute I'll put another pigtail on this one. So the black coming from the living room, as the diagram is showing, is just going to go to the top of the switch. So I'm just going to terminate it just so we don't have an exposed wire. And that's good enough for the rough end for that. So that's done. The black on this one goes to the bottom of the switch. Let's see, this is the second switch, so this goes to the red and black. Let's see, this is the living room, and this is the ceiling. Yep. So we don't need the red in this case, because I remember I put 12-3 wire in there. I didn't have to. I had enough of it, so I'm going to snip it. So make sure I snip the right wire. Yup. Don't have to look at it. Done. So black and red, these are the ones that go to the bottom side of the switch as per the diagram. So they're the ones that connect through on the three-way switch. So I'm actually going to let me put a double wago on there. And I just do this to remind myself where the wires actually go. This is just for the rough end, of course. It kind of hurts my head doing this kind of stuff, but there we go. So this is the top of the switch. This is the bottom of the switch. And three-way switches have the proper wiring in them. It's not a two-pole, right? So, and then I'm going to wire the pigtail for the neutral. Let me find the wire that I had. Reuse. Never throw anything away. Go. So got a lot of little leftover wires, and so wago is very simple. Pop it in there, close it, and shove it in there, and now it's ready for the actual connection to the switch on the neutral side. Pretty straightforward. You may be wondering about this one. This is the I have to cut this box out a little bit more, but this is for the I'm going to take this off actually. Or put it on the other side. This is for the three-way switch going up the stairs. We'll do that in a minute. So according to the end of run three-way switch, this is going to be basically black. Instead of using tape, I'll just do the old Sharpie method. It works pretty darn good. There you go. And then we'll take the wire snips. They're all level now. Let's see how far I can go in there with the box. There we go. Cut off a little bit. And so this is one I'm just probably going to wire right to the switch without using any wagos. There's no point. Not much going on. Am I doing the right one here? Looks like I'm hurting the wire. I'm going to cut that off. These are my good ones? Yeah. 12, the bottom one. 14 was the one I was using, which is not good. So, these are right gauge cutters. And what I'll do is I'll put I don't have any small wire ties, but that's what I would use on these, just to terminate them so they're not hanging in the air. Once we power the circuits up, we're going to do that once we get the panel cleaned up. There we go. So that's rough in for this switch. nothing to do here. That was an easy one. Okay, here's the actual proper wiring for what I'm doing here. So this one right here, I have power coming in for the lights in the game room. It's going straight to a switch, and this is the switch at the bottom of the stairs. So it's pretty straightforward on that wiring side of it. And of course, the light is simple. It just needs a 2-wire setup. The rest is a 3-wire plus neutral, of course. And you can see the connections that need to be made there. So basically, the 3-wire allows you to do the 3-way switch, and the 2-wire just for powering the light. Anyway, this was not in my book. I had to look it up on the phone, and we're going to execute that in here. So this is the power side. Ignore the red wire for a minute. That's a 4-wire. A 3-wire I put in there for the lights for the game room. There's power coming in at the end of the game room, so it's a little different than a typical 2-wire setup. I'll show you that in a minute. But anyway, here's the 3-wire switch, and here's the light for the light itself. So we'll wire that up in the diagram I just showed. All right, so here's the image for the actual powering of the game room lights, fans actually. So power comes in through the wall here from the home run, goes to the light, and then we have just a 2-pole switch, normal switch, that I'm going to be wiring up in a 2-gang receptacle. That is a shared receptacle right there with the 3-way switch for the stairs. So I just finished doing that one, and now I got to do this other one. The red wire is important here. So I did wire it with a 4-wire, 12-3 rather, with neutral, right? So I could do this. I almost forgot how, but I had to look it up again. So here's a quick video of just a time lapse of me putting the wagos on. Sockets are easy, black to black, white to white, and then when I plug in the actual socket, I pigtail that into the wagos as well. Pretty straightforward, easy. I like it.